Hello and welcome. My name is Nick Burnham, and welcome back to Let's Play Wizardry NES with Great Cartographer. This is part 8, and thank you so much for tuning in again. It's nice to get back to this game. I took the liberty of healing us back up between videos, so you guys didn't have to watch that, and we're really far off from gaining a level right now, so you guys didn't miss any level ups or anything in case you were curious about that. And yeah, we are just going to continue where we left off and head back into the maze. And we are going to try and make some more progress on map 5, I guess, since we went to map 4, basement level 4, and there's not really much going on here. If you didn't watch the last video, there's just like a series of these doors in circles, and really not much else to do on this floor, apparently, that we've seen so far. I'm sure as we get further into the game, more of this floor will open up. But as far as we know, right now, there's just a bunch of strong monsters and not much else. So let's head back there and try to get to basement level 5 and see what's going on there. Hopefully, we'll be able to survive whatever the game is going to throw at us there. I'm guessing it's going to get pretty interesting though, because there's what, 10 levels in the game, and we're almost halfway through, so that's super exciting. I don't know if that means that we're actually halfway through the game, but at least we're almost halfway through the floors in the game. And we don't often see monsters on this floor. I think I'm gonna run away just because I don't want to get slept and take some chip damage from those guys, but they probably wouldn't give us that much experience either. We have quite a lot of experience now, but I think we're still like 7,000 experience away from gaining levels on our fighters at the very least. So it's not going to matter too much if we skip that fight. And I'm not worrying too much about grinding right now because it feels like we're in a pretty good spot damage-wise. Certainly we would like to be more powerful. But what are we? Level 7 on everybody right now, I think. Correct? Yeah, level 7. We've got a bunch of good spells at our disposal. We're doing a good amount of damage. I feel like our fighters could be doing more damage, but it's not the worst. One ogre. I don't think we fought many ogres. Ogre tried to nibble on Opie. That is a strange image. Okay. Good job, team, taking down the ogre. Yeah, the one thing about these doors is that you get a bunch of encounters. And Fred has not turned good again, unfortunately, but that's okay. As long as he doesn't die, it's not a big deal. This is super interesting. Huh. Okay, so if you didn't have Great Cartographer in this game link open, you would not know where you were on this map, because we went down from 4 to 5, and the game teleported us to this 0, square on basement 5. So that's super interesting. And I'm not even going to go through a door, because we may not be able to go back through it if it's a trick door. But just to confirm, yes, we started on this square here, like 717, and it took us back to 0, 0. That is super interesting. And this door actually is a secret door? I didn't notice that either. Yeah, so this is a... Oh, because we didn't cast our spells. That's why. So, and a bunch of these doors might actually not be real. How were we signifying that before? Was it just with the secret wall? Or secret door thing? Yeah, okay. Because I think our light spell actually helps us see secret doors, correct? Eliminating more of the maze and revealing all secret doors. So yeah, we didn't... So a bunch of these actually could be secret doors, but I don't know because we had our light spell on. So I guess it doesn't really matter, but I am kind of curious to know. I'm guessing that these two are probably secret doors, and maybe some of these up here. So... And I don't think we actually missed any, since we knew we had our sunbeam spell on, that means we didn't miss any secret doors, at least unless there was something like super secret doors or something that we're missing. So that makes me even more curious about how this floor is going to open up later on, if it will at all. It may not, I guess, knowing that. So let's go ahead and cast our spells, though, since I didn't do that yet. Lo Milwa, yep. And Latumapik. And we don't have Meporphic yet, but that is what we are waiting to get a hold of. We do want to take the stairs down. Okay, so yeah, this is super interesting. And I'm guessing this must be a pretty big floor if they're starting us off at 0-0. That's what I'm going to infer anyway. I'm not going to go in that door quite yet because, again, I don't want to get shut out if it's a one-way door. But if it is, then we're just going to have to deal with it. This might be very well as well. Okay, they're not one-way doors. Or at least this one is not. Super nice having that light spell up and knowing that these doors are not secret doors. Or knowing that we're able to see the secret doors. So interesting, this setup already. Huh. Okay. We're not going to the other side of the map. This is just a very rigid structure so far. Yeah, I wonder how long this is going to continue. It's like someone said, no, we have to fill in every single square for this floor. Whoa, okay. Wow. Yeah, this is very complicated compared to the other floors. You can see because of our light spell, we can see around this corner. This is always a little weird in this game because the perspective is not amazing. And we're also acknowledging here that these walls are very thin. Like, look how thin these bricks are. Like, what is the purpose of even having a door here? It's a one-way door even? That is so bizarre. This is an isolated one-way door that we can see both sides of. That is so weird. Huh. Okay. Like, I guess I'm gonna draw it, right? It's not a hidden one-way door. As far as we know. It could be, but since... Like, it's gonna be weird going through the remainder of this game with the light spell on all the time, because there could be plenty of secret doors that we're just not aware of. So unless there's a monster ability that, like, removes our light spell at some point, it's not really gonna matter. I don't think even, like, dark areas do that, so... This is weird. Very strange. Like, look at the... Like, even looking at this on the map, who would do this? It's very strange. Okay. I wonder if the later games have anything like this. Again, very thin walls here, whereas like they're really trying to mess with you. But, I mean, already they were really trying to mess with you by shifting you so far in the maze. That's something we're going to have to keep track of too, and we should put our stairs in, I'm just realizing. So we remember, but that's easy to remember, right? We know that our stairs are on 0, 0. So maybe that's one way they wanted to justify it, is like by saying like, well, this floor is going to be so complicated, the least we could do is put the stairs on 0, 0 so you remember. And that's where the stairs are on B1, actually. So maybe this is trying to be like a riff on B1. I guess we will see. Like, how does it look compared to B1 so far? B1, it just has these straight hallways leading north and east. And B5, I mean, it looks like it might be sort of heading in that direction, but much more windy. Yeah, this is very strange. But, like, I'm a fan of whatever they're trying to do so far. Can we go back? Yes? Just want to make sure we try all these doors. more than once. Yeah, and they're not doing any of the shenanigans with, like, moving us from one side of the dungeon to the other. No monsters so far yet, either. Is there something in here? There isn't an encounter. 3 level 5 clerics. We know level 5 is pretty strong, right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure there's nothing here item-wise. We haven't really found a lot of items in the dungeon after, like, floor 2. It looks like this, right? Yeah, okay. Wow, I'm just, like, spoiled for choices here. I'm not really sure what to do. I feel like we could... And this, especially, it's so different compared to B3, where everything was so regular. It's like there's literally 20 copies of the same room layout on this floor, and then we go to B4, which has basically nothing, except for this alarm event in here, which you might get trapped in by going, which you probably will get trapped in by taking this elevator if you just go west from the start. This is which is probably what you're apt to do the first time you get to B3. Like, I'm guessing most players are going to fall into this. And then you get to B5, and it's like the complete polar opposite of anything we've seen so far. It's very strange. Okay, we're just going to put our door here. And yeah, we'll just keep going. I'm so afraid of getting stuck. This game has shown it's not afraid to do that after that B3 elevator. At least we surprised the monsters. We don't know how strong the monsters are going to be here either. We'll put a door here. Huge spiders. We're not going to deal with that because poison. Even though we have the ability to deal with poison, I would rather avoid it. We have a long hallway going through the middle of the map. Wow, this is so weird. We haven't had a lot of areas where we've been able to see around corners like this either, so I think that's another distinct difference. And it's so interesting, again, how much variety they're able to put in such a simple game. Seemingly simple, right? Like, I think most people would say this is a simplistic looking game, but if you asked most people if they knew how to program something like this, they'd be like, I have no idea. And it would be fairly advanced for me. You know, I know some of how this stuff works, but if you asked me to create one of my own, I would have to follow a bunch of tutorials. And you can make stuff like this in Game Maker. I have seen like tutorials for making your own 2D dungeon crawlers. But the mechanics behind like RPGs with leveling up and balancing all that stuff and doing different builds, it's like one of the hardest types of games to balance and build actually is an RPG with lots of systems and mechanics like this. Okay, this being one of the first, you know, it's so impressive if you think about the time period. Okay, going through this kind of windy hallway without doors, which I kind of like because we can see they are kind of playing with their limited amount of perspective in this game, which I was not expecting. Swordsmen, attack dogs, and dragonflies. That sounds like a disaster, and they didn't let us run away, so we're probably dead. Maybe that's what they're trying to go for. Maybe it's supposed to be like a castle type feel, and that's why it feels so regimented, and like it's like a barracks kind of deal. So we took a ton of damage. They did let us run. I guess we'll save. I feel like I might have to make another save slot here in a second, because this is getting dicey. Especially if we get into another encounter like that. That was a lot of monsters. Yeah, we need to bring back the creeping coins and get our experience back. Do we want to heal anybody? I suppose. I suppose we should. There was not a door here, right? It was just a corner. Okay. We haven't seen anything that does poison quite yet, so we can kind of anticipate that we probably won't see. I mean, there's probably still poison on this floor. That's almost a guarantee, but probably not as much. It's kind of like a more early game threat, it seems. Now that we have a way to get rid of it. Let's use this on the mage. We'll just use our lower level healing spell. There's a high roll there. Would love to have a spell that heals everybody at the same time. Okay. That was all our Dios, right? And then we don't have any other healing spells, so this is all the HP we're gonna have. I don't think we have any potions or anything that I'm aware of, right? Not that we've bought any. That's another interesting thing is, like, in this game you don't really find a lot of potions and stuff on the floor. Like, that would be a big change, I think, in later games of this genre, is like there'd be much more things to interact with in the dungeon other than just like doors and monsters. And this game absolutely has some of those things, but they're few and far between, as we're seeing. The elevator is probably like the most interesting thing we've seen so far. But lots of statues and plaques and things. Just haven't seen a lot of that going on in the last couple floors, maybe because this is supposed to be a different style of floor. I like how they're able to communicate like what the space is supposed to be. You can imagine, like if you guys are familiar with Dungeon of the Mad Mage for 5th edition D&D, it's supposed to be like a modern rendition of Undermountain, which is like the biggest dungeon in the Forgotten Realms and one of like the biggest dungeons in all of D&D. And every floor has its own like themes and own feel. Like one floor might be the barracks of a bunch of demons, and another floor might be like this underground lake, and another floor might be a different kind of ecosystem. So I think they're kind of playing with that too, and it's in a very like their very limited way. And they don't have a lot of tools with which to communicate it, right? It's just like the shapes of the dungeon and what monsters you encounter, and maybe some very limited quote-unquote environmental storytelling with the text. But otherwise, it's not. They don't have a lot to deal with, and yet we're still kind of getting an impression that yes, each floor is supposed to like leave some kind of impression on us about what it's about, I guess. And that I think is super impressive too. Just like very forward thinking for the time. And these guys were all like D&D, heavy D&D players, I'm sure. Like they would have to be. Okay, let's go through this door, and we just had like 2 sections of the same kind of deal. I'm guessing we're just going to see more of the same. Yeah, we can just plot this out without even really looking. I wonder how far this is going to go. So at least my impression so far is this is supposed to be like kind of a soldier's barracks in the dungeon. So the wall pattern starts here. It goes like this, right? Okay, this is totally different again. So bizarre compared to the last couple floors. Yeah, I'm just like, constantly afraid of going in the wrong door and dying. Oh, man. So there was a door here. It's getting like more and more, like it's surprisingly tedious to map too, because it's not just the same thing over and over. I don't want to get anything wrong in case we mess something up. Yeah. I guess we'll just go this way. Oh, there's even like a little roundabout here. That's cool. I'm guessing this square is just, or this door leads to like a one square area. Yeah, this definitely looks like barracks to me because these are like individual rooms. Super interesting. And that we haven't seen anything like this yet. And this looks almost like something out of like Bard's Tale, where you're wandering through the streets of Scarabray and going into all these individual buildings. 5 shades. We have not seen shades yet, so I'm going to assume they would destroy us. I think I am going to make another save slot right now. Let's change our slot to 3. Just to make sure we have like an earlier place to get back to in case we have to. Okay, there's a door on the side of this one. I wonder if there's going to be any weird like teleporters or anything inside these. I guess we'll check the side of this one too. Nothing. Is this a secret door? It's a one-way door. Huh. Okay, so we'll say hidden one-way door. 2 gargoyles. Let's fight the gargoyles. So we haven't done that yet. 7 damage, 14 damage. So they are kind of strong, but there's only 2 of them. Okay. Opie is pretty low, so we might want to head back now. This floor is super interesting. Probably my favorite so far. Okay, of course we have an encounter here. Since we surprised the gargoyles, we should be able to kill them, no problem. Yeah. It's kind of a lot of XP, too. Stunner. We don't have any uses of our Cure Paralysis left, so I'm going to not open that. And now we're actually going to the other side of the map, too, which we haven't done on this floor yet, either. Super interesting. I just want to like get like high quality like scans of the maps in this game and like hang them on my wall or something. It'd be pretty cool to have like as a poster set, I think. I'm just going to quickly paint in all the floor that we've been over, because I have not done that yet. I don't know if anybody watches this screen in particular, but that'll make looking at it a little bit easier for you. I just like to have that view up. If we notice any inconsistencies between how we're mapping and what the dungeon actually looks like. Okay. I think this is a good place to head back to town, probably, since we're kind of getting low on resources. Oh, this was a one-way door, too. There was a door there, right? Going to not fight the friendly shades. And look, he just changed back to good. I just noticed that. I did not catch it the first time when he changed to evil, but he definitely just changed back to good. And actually, there's not a wall here, so excuse me for that. But look, we just solved our problem by not fighting the friendly monsters. So good on us. Level 7 mages. Holy shit. There's not actually a wall here either. So I want to be sure... Yeah, there actually is a door here. So this is a one-way door as well. Master Thieves and Archmages? Holy shit. Yeah, we're definitely leaving. Okay, so we know the monsters here are pretty strong. Stronger than we are at the moment, I would wager. Like, we might be able to get through an encounter or two, but we'd probably lose a couple people. So that's probably a good cue for us to... Oh, did I miss a door? I missed a door. I'm super happy that Fred's alignment changed back, which means now if we do lose him, we can revive him and he'll come back. We'll be able to add him back in the party, so that helps a lot. Did I miss something here? No? Okay. Super interesting. Yeah, the monsters here are super strong. The dungeon design is super interesting. There's a lot to do, it seems like. Or at least they would lead us to believe that. I think like this is the weirdest thing I've seen in a map before. I think. Like, whose idea was it? Oh man. Are we gonna die? Opie's poisoned. Okay, we're not fighting these guys. Might have to save scum our way through this. Dragon puppies. Aw, that's cute. I need like a screenshot of that. We're not gonna fight them though. We may not be able to get out of here. 1 hit point for Opie. Yeah, I knew that coming here was going to be a little dangerous, but we didn't fight very many monsters until we got to the northern section. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Very carefully. Boring beetles, thank you for being friendly. I'm gonna save. Hello? There we go. Just was not clicked in the window. Werebears. Surprise the monsters. We haven't used a Mahalito yet, right? Since we surprised him. Oh, I always... Man, I keep forgetting that you can't use spells in the surprise round. Do you think I would remember? Just don't kill Opie, please. There you go. Sweet. So I would like to level up again soon. It's just gonna take a little bit. Man. Friendly werebears. Uh-oh. Don't die, Opie. I should have saved there. Yay. Phew. There's probably not going to be too many more encounters on the way down. Or on the way up, rather. Yeah, I feel like we like barely got out of there with our lives. Tough stuff. It would just take so long playing the game as it was designed without quick saving. To get a party to the level where you could go to floor 5 like and feel safe about it, just like again blows my mind how people were able to do that. Where am I going? I went the wrong way, sorry. Yeah. It's also interesting because I am like sort of learning the dungeon by sight, you know. I am like recognizing different portions. I have to use the map most of the time to move around, but sometimes I'll just look at the map and be like, I don't want to go there. It's not where I've been. Let's quick rest at the inn and see if anybody is even close to leveling up. I don't think they will be. Yeah, so but we got like halfway towards gaining another level, so that's pretty good. I need to... How much gold did we get? We have 1,000. That's actually kind of significant. I don't think there's anything we want to buy still. Especially since we want to heal. Could buy plate mail. Interesting. We should probably buy the plate mail while we have the money for it, right? I think that's probably a good investment. Nobody has plate mail already, right? Just gonna quickly check. Right now, We have breastplate, breastplate, and a breastplate. So yeah, we can buy our first piece of plate mail, which is super exciting. Always exciting in an RPG to get plate mail. So yeah, let us do that. Careful not to select the wrong thing. Just what you needed. And then we can finish resting up. And if we have to like grind a bit to get some money to heal everybody back up, I can do that off screen and you guys don't have to worry about it. But I think it's more important to get some actual gear going. Okay, that was not a lot of hit points. You celebrated your birthday, so we finally gained a year on a character. So 7 levels worth of leveling up to get to their first anniversary is not too bad. I'm not too worried about them aging. I don't think, at least. We don't need to heal the Thief or the Cleric, really. Or the Mage. Let's just have them rest. Yeah, even our spellcasters need a lot of XP still. Thief is almost there, though. Nice. That's exciting. How much money do we have left? Like, not very much. 60. Let's have Opie rest. Okay, so now we're gonna have to use healing spells, but that's fine. I will just quickly do that and then we'll call it good. Should be able to get most of the way to full. We've been pretty good about using like the more expensive rooms too, I think, to avoid aging people prematurely, so that's nice. I think that's definitely the way to go. So we definitely don't want to age our party out of being functional, you know? Something I'm kind of always trying to keep in the back of my mind. I don't know how big of a danger it actually is, but it seems significant at the moment. Okay. Let's go back and rest once more. We'll just do one more round of healing, I think. But yeah, I would call this a successful past couple videos for sure. Definitely feel like we're making some progress still on a pretty steady pace. I'm like still pretty surprised about that. You know, obviously we're save scumming through most of it, but it's nice to know this game can be at least experienced that way without too much difficulty. So yeah, I think we're gonna call that good. And I will see you guys in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave any feedback for me in the comments. And we'll see you next time. Bye.